Welcome to All Things Marketing Podcast, the podcast that talks all things marketing for both franchise and multi-location marketing leaders. ATM is brought to you by PureDriven. We'll show you how to turn your brand into a money-making machine. Here's your host, Steve Rockwood.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Franchise ATM. My name is Steve Rockwood. I am the marketing manager here at PureDriven. Today, I have a return guest with Jordan Seidel, the original Factoid Friday guy that we had here. He was an intern at PureDriven for a few months last summer, and he is back today to pop back on Factoid Friday, even if it's Factoid Monday today, special episode. So, Jordan, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. It's good to be back in the Factoid chamber.
It is. We're back in the original office. The guy who works in this one now is gone today, so...
Yeah, we've commandeered it.
We have. We've turned it back into the intern office. It was a glorious summer.
Yeah, reliving it.
We lost two, though. I don't know where they went.
Yeah, I'm the lone survivor so far.
The lone survivor. We'll get Macy and Alex back one of these years. So, Factoid Friday / Monday. We'll call it Digital Marketing Monday Factoid. Then it works.
That works.
That works. Sounds terrible, but it works. So we're going to go through a few factoids, talk about how they could apply to your franchise or manufacturing or business in general, and then we're going to get out of your hair and move on. So, digital marketing factoid number 560. 2 seconds is all companies get when it comes to website load time. Anything longer increases bounce rates by 50%. Jordan, what do you make of this?
I think people are getting so used to faster connection times that any sort of hiccup just hinders their opinion on, going to a new website and checking things out. You need websites to be snappier and snappier each and every day as technology is progressing and progressing.
You do. Sometimes I even look to make sure my computer is connected to the internet. If a website takes more than 2 seconds, I look down did my Wi-Fi go out?
Yeah, it's a major headache, just those 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It freaks you out.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Wow, I need my info now.
Yeah. Instantaneous feedback.
This guitar is not going to buy itself.
Exactly.
Digital marketing factoid number 561. 46% of adults prefer to use their mobile devices to search for items before purchasing them over their desktops or laptops. This is a tough one to decipher, Jordan. What do you got from it?
I think this one comes down to when you're in the actual store looking at products, you're going to be more inclined to search on your mobile device immediately rather than trying to remember it and go back. It's just easier to get information a little bit quicker on your mobile device, get a better idea of what the product is, and then you can do further research on your desktop. So.
This is very true. We actually used our phone to buy a desktop computer the other day at Best Buy, so we combined both worlds there.
That's pretty funny.
Digital marketing factoid number 562. The average person consumes 11.4 pieces of content before making a purchasing decision.
There's an old adage I've heard in marketing where somebody has to hear a message 7 times before it finally registers. I think this is pretty similar to that, where people are, if they see a certain product in maybe a blog or some Facebook post, it may not register right away, but eventually it will click with them, and it will be, once they see it on a shelf or something, it will finally, turn into a purchase opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. And keep in mind, this doesn't just mean pieces of content about that specific branded item. It could be that topic.
Yeah.
So when we're looking at desktop computers, my wife and I, we aren't just looking at, one type. We're looking at a bunch of different brands.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We are consuming a lot of content. It's not all by the same company. So keep that in mind, that people might come to your website for their purchasing decisions, whether they're looking at your brand specifically or not, and then maybe you can toss your name into the hat of possible options based on how good your content is.
Exactly.
Digital marketing factoid number 563. A mobile special or offer is 10 times more likely to be used than the same offer in print form.
This makes sense because when you get an ad on your phone, it's right in front of you. You can't really stray away from it. Rather than on a newspaper, those ads sort of get lost in the shuffle between the articles you're sort of looking for. It tends to be that the business directory is in the back of the newspaper, and you're just kind of looking through the headlines. So,
yeah,
an ad on Facebook, it's gonna be right in front of you. It has engagement on it, so you can probably click to go to their website immediately. So it's more instantaneous feedback rather than trying to remember the ad you saw in the newspaper and going back and researching it more.
Yeah, for sure. And then also the retargeting aspects of it, when you're looking, if you click on that Facebook one but you don't make a decision, you'll probably see it again at some point.
It'll come back at you.
Yeah, if you pass a billboard and there's a phone number on it, you're going to remember to call that billboard every time you pass that billboard, and 5 seconds later you're going to forget the number and you're never going to call what was on the billboard.
Exactly.
And that billboard does not come back to haunt you unless you've got some weird dreams going on.
Yeah, some subconscious weird stuff.
And look at this. We have 2 more factoids, and one of them actually was posted 3 minutes ago. So good timing on the scheduling, Jordan.
Fresh off the press.
Fresh off the press. Digital marketing factoid number 564. By 2020, there will be 2.5 billion smartphones in use. That's more than the total number of web users in the year 2010.
I think this just means that you're going to have more point of contact on the web from your mobile device rather than desktop. I think the plane is shifting more towards just mobile activity rather than being in a set stationary place. Like, you're going to be able to access the internet from anywhere. I mean, you can do it now, but pretty soon with the technology, it's going to be pretty fast connection speeds all over the place. So
definitely. Then all that text message marketing becomes big, and then you'll stop reading your text messages because it will turn into email spam eventually. So there'll always be a new level of what's coming, and smartphones are definitely the big thing right now. All right, the final one that popped up 3 minutes ago is also smartphone related. Digital marketing factoid number 565. Over 51% of smartphone users have discovered a new company or product while conducting a search on their smartphone.
I think this just comes back to like paid search and Facebook and social advertising, where things can be targeted at you based on certain likes and stuff that you're interested in. So you get a more personalized ad experience being targeted at you. So you're seeing things that you're more likely to engage with, rather than things that you may not have an interest in, so you'll just disregard it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to scroll through our Twitter right now, see if I get an ad that interests me at all, but usually it's not Twitter that gets the ads that interest me. It's usually Facebook that has the most. They show me stuff I didn't know existed, but I want.
Exactly. I got one on Facebook just now. So I'm into documentaries, and I get an ad showing me a streaming service for documentaries, so it's pretty crazy.
Yep. Let's see, my Facebook, I have a Monday.com ad, which is for team kind of project management. And then I have a CRM one. So it's clearly in PureDriven mode, which is funny. I don't know if this is real, but I've noticed that when I'm here, I get mostly ads related to business. But when it's the weekend or I'm home, it might just be my bias in my brain, but I swear I get more guitar stuff. Like, I get more consumer stuff. And during business hours, I get more business stuff. I might be crazy, but that's how my mind sees it anyway. Anyway, that is all we have for Factoid Friday / Monday today. So thank you, Jordan, for showing up again and talking some factoids.
No problem. Thanks for having me. It's always good to be back.
Yeah, this is the guy behind the screen when it comes to factoids. So I run all the PureDriven stuff except for the factoids. Jordan took that over.
Yep, my domain.
for a huge paycheck every month.
Yeah, pretty lucrative.
Basically set for life.
Thank you, factoids.
Yeah. Well, have a good one, everybody. We will see you here next time on Franchise ATM.
You just listened to All Things Marketing Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast to catch every new episode every day. Want to be a guest on the show? Sign up at puredriven.com/guest. See you tomorrow here at the ATM.